Hello everyone, Hachadino over here, and as you might already know, we have a full guide and all of the things that you might want to know about Sublety in this spreadsheet. It's going to be, of course, in the description. There's also a full guide that I did the other day where this fight is also explained a little bit, and here explanations in the general things if you still don't know how to play sub well. But the main topic of this video is going to be Mythic Veza. Now, let's begin with the talent trees that you want to run. As you might already expect, we run Trickster everywhere now because it's Death Stalker. In theory, let's say it seems better, but there are some problems and bugs that make it do actually almost the same damage. And we have Unseen Blade that makes it so she can't parry, and we're going to hit the boss from the front a lot. And that helps us and also all of our raid mates. Now, one thing that is very important, you are not going to run cheetahs on this fight because in this case, even if it procs, you are just going to get ripped and killed again. As for that, we run elusiveness, making it so our feints and also our evasion gives us damage reduction, making it way easier to survive the hardest parts of the fight, being the intermission, and if you don't have Claw to get the Queen's Bane off you. I'm also going to explain cool things, and the talent tree in general is not going to change much. There are some changes that you can do, of course. This is the general thing that I run for it. First dance, it's almost the same DPS as other talents. I like to run it because running an AUG and other things at the beginning, having a first dance that is longer and then the other one, and there's a mechanic that comes after, making it easier. There is one thing that you can do, and it's you can skill out of improved Shuriken Storm and run Shadow Focus. It's like 0 point something percent extra damage, but I really like Exhilaration Execution because it gives us a shield and also some healing when you use our finishers. Now, as for the fight itself, I'm going to begin explaining it now. So, as you might want to know, at the beginning, you are going to use Symbols of Death before pull. Remember, the perfect time to use it is around 20 seconds before it. But if you only care about Supercharger and not the 2 stacks of Rotten, just as you wipe and then as you get revived, you can use these Symbols of Death. It's going to give you 2 stacks of Supercharger, making your first 2 finishers have 3 extra combo points of value. Now on pull, we are not going to do anything crazy. We are going to have our Shadow Strike Flagellation Trinket, and then use an Eviscerate to get Slice and Dice, use Rupture to get that, and then we go into Dance. Remember to activate your transmitter just as you are doing Secret Technique. And now we are going to keep hitting the boss. Nothing crazy. The first 2 dances are super scripted, and now we are going to have very important thing to care about. It is the first dashes. As you can see them, they are around at 34, 35. This is just when your pot ends and when you would use the third dance if you were to use it. But the best thing you can do is actually wait, and you have to wait if you get chosen or not. I didn't get chosen, so I'll go into dance. I refresh the rupture and then go hit the boss. Now we are going to have the knives, just dodge all of them, try to stay in melee range of the boss if possible, don't get hit by the balls. And here we are going to dance when we have Cold Blood again. I'm just going to wait a little bit. You can use a finisher and also dance. Using Secret Technique on the second finisher is fine. Now here, after doing this, you're going to have the second knives. Now, after these knives, you might also get chosen. And it's the same thing. You use Cloak just when there is 1 second left or something like that. I go out of melee just to not have any problem with that. And then after using our 3 dances, we're going to use a secret technique along with Symbols of Death. I see, I used my symbols of death and also secret technique. Now, we are not going to use a shadow dance until it's time to pop our cooldowns. As you can see here, we have 6 seconds left to pop them. And this is going to be the intermission. I have to jump 3 times. 1, 2, and then I get ready. The last one. And here we are going to use our defensive cooldowns as they come. You begin using, of course, evasion. And then when evasion ends, you want to use your feint. One feint, and then the second feint. Then when it ends, you can use a third one. If you want, you can just wait to use the last feint until the big hit. Doesn't matter that much. Here I did use a secret technique alone, but if you see that the cooldown reduction is not going to be enough, you can just not use it. You are not going to use symbols of death on this one though, because we are going to need it for the next one. Now we are working on getting our cooldown reduction to get this secret technique with the cold blood. So you will see me trying to get the ruptures and other things. And here I will enter dance and hit the boss, of course, especially if the tanks put them well, you can keep hitting. Now, this one, I also don't get chosen, and if you get chosen, you will just finish dance and then go into the pot. Now, daggers, as always. Try not to get hit. And this is going to be our third round of cooldowns. Now, here, I do use my cooldowns, but you can, let's say, also wait until the copies dashes, as you can see here, in 8 seconds. I kind of gamble for it, and you also don't lose a huge deal, because being a rogue, even if being chosen, like I was chosen here, just go to use a spot, use cloak, and then come instantly with shadow dance. As you can see, I didn't lose much, and if I waited for that, I will have lost a little bit of time. Of course, you can wait no issue, because you are going to hold for the next set of cooldowns anyway. And here, the same thing. We are not going to use any of our other cooldowns. This is going to be just a normal interface. We're going to enter dance. Here, you can actually wait to enter dance until you have cold blood. And just go into it. Now, why I did use those two dances? Because I'm going to hold my cooldowns until I get to use my pot. This is like, let's say, the ideal situation, kind of. But we don't care that much about that. Now, of course, here we can use a normal dance if you have time, but I didn't want to do that. So I just used my cooldowns over here. Do remember that it's best to hold it for the pot. I kind of misplayed a little bit. As you can see here, I also lost my little ball thingy. I also have enough cooldown reduction, but ideally you can see my pot is coming in 10 seconds. Also, if your raid has a lot of DPS, it's likely that the boss is about to die now. So you can't really super hold it. So now this is the last dance that we will have in the fight, kind of. Get chosen, I just go into it. Remember to use cloak when there is less than 1 second left, so you don't get Windsbane. And this is the boss itself. Now, after doing this, of course, she will go into the interface, but it's likely that she will die soon anyway. Use all of your symbols of death if you have them. Possible. And congratulations, you have killed Veza. As you might expect, I'm not a perfect player, but you can see more or less how a kill is done. And if you have any questions or any problems, you can put them in the comments or send me a message in Discord or any other place. Have a nice day. I will see you on the next video. Subscribe and everything, you know.